that, I'm going to have to stand here and hold it. Clouds. It's a daytime moon, and there's a lot of clouds coming in, so some clouds passing right now. It'll be by in a second. There it is. Okay. It's not even quite a half moon, but I'm going to grab it anyways. It's also a waxing moon. I was looking to get the waning moon from the last full moon, and there was never a night at all to get that waning moon. This waxing moon I could have grabbed over the last couple nights. I had opportunity and I passed on it. I just figured I'd come back out. I'm a little disappointed that they gave me no access to the sky to get the waning moon over the last few weeks. It's crazy. And no one even fucking notices. And then we had the eclipse. Something that I wanna when I get behind the desk, which should be in the next few days or so. I want to get behind the desk. I want to remaster some videos. I also want to remaster a few videos from other people that I was turned on to by YouTube over the last couple of months. Several people who have cloud videos up on their channels. I don't think I'm not gonna use their channel names. I don't think the way that I usually do. I don't think I'm gonna do that. What I'm doing right now is I'm doing 360s with my camera on the telescope. For those of you who don't know my usual routine here, I'm on the telescope with a camera. I glue my camera to my, I should say I glue my telescope eyepiece to my camera so that I can use it. And I don't usually grab daytime moons, but I might not be able to get at it tonight, so I figured I'd grab it. So I got several people. I got one person that joined up the Miguel Everyone channel. He's a new subscriber of mine, and I won't use his name and I won't call him out, but he's got some cloud videos, and I'd like to be able to show him if he hasn't been at my other videos yet. I don't know how far he's into my channel or not. I haven't not spoken with him, but I'd like to remaster some of his videos and show him what he's got in his own footage that he may not be seeing yet. And then the other one, another one that I want to add to this series, her name is Cindy, and I don't believe she is not a subscriber of mine. She's just somebody that I came across just like the same way that I came across Namal's channel. YouTube kind of recommends them or whatever. And she's also got some really good cloud level videos. And then on the Right to Reality channel, which I don't really have any subscribers over there, there's only myself is subscribed to that channel, and I think 2 or 3 other people. And one of them has been messaging me for a while, back and forth, and just a little bit of messaging back and forth through the comment section. And I don't know, even know what questions to ask. I don't like responding in comments. Everyone that knows me also knows that. I would much prefer rather have it where we just make videos to each other, just like I'm doing now. I can talk to people. They can make a video and talk to me. They don't have to get in front of the camera. I hardly ever do. I know all about having your soul stolen by the camera. I'm very familiar with it. So I'm okay with that. But what I don't like to do is waste my time typing shit back and forth when I can just ask a simple question and get a simple answer, and vice versa. Like she was one of the ones I mentioned before in another video, that she was having a hard time understanding how I believe her question is, again, I don't know because the questions are kind of, I say a lot of shit, so I'm not exactly sure what she's talking about. I'm guessing that she's doubting that there are 7.8 billion zombie slaves on this earth. She doesn't think so. I believe that's her whole thing, and she wanted to know why I feel that it's everybody, and why do I blame it on everyone, kind of thing, why blaming everybody else. I could easily answer that. If I know that that is the question, I can easily answer that. And I'd probably choose to do it in a very sarcastic way, because answering it, and I'd properly answer it too, because the idea that you would wonder, this asshole is talking about 7.8 billion zombie slaves. He's referring to all of us, including himself, as a zombie slave. There's no way you could be surprised by me saying that if you've watched some of my videos. Not all of them, not a lot of them, just some of my videos. If you watch some of my videos, I think it's pretty clear that there are 7.8 billion zombie slaves on this earth. And the fact that people would ask that question, how I would come to this determination without actually going and looking at my videos and watching my channel and listening to what it is I'm explaining to you, because I do explain things in detail. Granted, they're not things that anyone wants to hear. Granted, they're not any talk program before, for the most part. But we can all see it. We can see it for ourselves. So when somebody asks me a question like that, because it's a question that comes up every now and again, where do I get off? Where do I think I'm so smart and all this kind of shit or whatever, right? But the thing is that the trails alone, the mineral streets, what I call mineral streets, the trails that are all over the sky all the time, 10,000 a day on average over all of our heads. We know everything about them. We know that it's there, but yet 7.8 billion zombie slaves can pretend that it's not there. And it's right there. It's in our face, right? So that alone shows me that these 7.8 billion zombie slaves have the capability to deny what they can see right in front of their own eyes. Take the true creator out of it. Take the false creator / creator out of it. The fact that somebody could be in jet planes, no matter who it is, somebody could be in jets dumping all that shit all over your fucking heads every day, right? For 30 plus years, getting worse and worse every year, right? Anybody that attempts to wake up to it and show their family and friends this fact, because it's a fact that's right above your fucking head all the time, right? So anybody that raises this fact, they're considered a crazy person, a nut job. They're not even supposed to talk about it. They'll get shut down on YouTube. They'll get shut down on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere. You're gonna get shut down. Even everyone thinks that TikTok is so free. We just had this conversation a little while ago. Look, TikTok has the same capability of how many views a video gets, right? Because YouTube does this to me all the time. Here I am, a nobody channel. I'm not monetized. I don't really have any subscribers to speak of, right? Nobody understands what it is I'm showing them because they won't stick around long enough to go look for themselves. All this kind of shit. So you would think it's hard enough as it is. Does YouTube really need to be controlling how many views my videos get? And how popular a video, any one singular video might get? But they do. It seems very strange to me. Just waiting for those. There's a few clouds going by my view right now. I'm afraid to leave the telescope because the fucking wind's blowing around. I want to go get a cigarette. So I want to be able to show this girl. I asked her to do a hi if you're there. I don't want to say your name yet either. I'll post this video, this moon video. I will post it on the Right to Reality channel. Now, I mentioned to her to go to my Michael Osiak channel. Is the best channel. I'm shut out of there right now. I'm locked out. Miguel Everyone channel is my second best channel that I still have. I do have other channels that I'm working on, but I don't put them out there because the way that YouTube shuts me down and shit. So I'm not going to put those out there. If I don't upload videos to them, YouTube will delete those channels as well. So I have to make sure I'm uploading videos to them, even though I don't have any subscribers on them. And then just kind of saving them for a rainy day. And then I also have the Right to Reality channel, which is the channel that this girl was reaching out to me on. The Right to Reality channel has the least on there. It's just a backup channel, which I already explained. There's some clouds going by, so I'm going to take advantage and run in and get a cigarette while the clouds are going by here. Okay, so quite a bit of clouds coming in now, so I'm just going to take what I can get here. Just give it a second. I'll talk about nothing while I'm waiting. Okay, so another person that's going to be signing up to my channel, if not signing up, at least checking in on it. Somebody that I'm talking to at a place I was doing a job. He'll know who he is. That's what is going to put me back on the moon real quick over the next few weeks. I've been meaning to come back to the moon anyway. The problem with coming back to the moon has been the absence of my view of it because of these fucking trails, right? So these trails are ignored by everyone, man. Even you guys, even you nice people, God-fearing, good, hard workers, whatever, the average zombie slave. Educated people. So showing you what the moon actually is very easy for me now. I'm gonna take you through it. I'm going to remaster all these moon videos that I'm making right now. These are just digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call the moon. And you won't be guessing anymore. There won't be any more guesswork about, gee, did we ever go to the moon? Gee, did we just go up to the moon about a month ago again? And all, no. It was all obviously a lie the whole time. But we have it in us as human beings, as good zombie slaves, to pretend that we believe contradictory facts, right? For example, I was telling him a few of them, and I'll mention them again right now since I'm doing a video of the moon. So in 1969, we supposedly went up. 1969, president had a fucking futuristic cell phone that was 50 years, 60 years, 70 years beyond its time, right? Because he was talking to the astronaut on the fucking, on the mission to the moon. And I believe he said he was more than halfway there, but he had not passed the Van Allen belts yet, right? According to the story. Go back and watch the stupid fucking movies. They're just ridiculous. They lost all the footage, right? NASA supposedly lost all the original footage of the moon landing and everything like that. So they could have remastered it and at least put out another fake version of it. I mean, what the fuck, man? But no, they don't even care. They want to prove to us that we are with them in their lies. We are the liars. We are the 7.8 billion zombie slaves who pretended to believe such fucking nonsense. So the guy's sitting on top of a rock. More clouds. Give me a second. So the guy's sitting on top of a fucking rocket. You don't hear the rocket when he's talking back to the president. The rocket's fucking, he's only 3/4 of the way there. He can't shut his rockets off to talk to the fucking president, right? So here he is. Yeah, Mr. President, yeah, we're out here. We're taking one fucking leap for mankind, man. Fucking idiots. So you're telling me that at the time, what was it? 3.2 billion people in 1969, I believe, was the population, somewhere around there. So 3.2 billion people fucking believed that nonsense. That was our parents and our grandparents that believed that shit. And then they put it in the books and sold us on it. But that's not the end of it. There are many. I mean, come on, the fucking rocket was made out of aluminum foil, right? And it's not an exaggeration. And then when they tell us about the Van Allen belts back in, I want to say 1903, right, is when Mr. Van Allen figured out that there were 3 Van Allen belts, and that I believe the temperature, and again, I'm not a fucking scientist and I'm not educated, so go look this shit up. It'll take you 5 minutes. Even Google will tell you these facts, but write them down in the facts in a way that you don't get tricked into buying any more bullshit. All right, so the Van Allen belts. Today there are 11. They know of 11 Van Allen belts, right? In 1969, they only knew of 3 of them at that time. Van Allen only found the first 3 over a certain amount of years, right? So when you look back at that, 3,300 degrees Celsius, I believe. So something like, it's fucking hot, right? So we don't have any metal that can survive that kind of heat. So when you point that out to these assholes, they will all make up excuses. The assholes meaning the 7.8 billion zombie slaves. Me, my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, all the fucking idiots who went along with all this Pearl Harbor shit. We gotta have war to keep peace, and all the fucking lie and bullshit that we know we do not believe in. We really don't. We just pretend that we believe in it. We pretend. I mean, how are you going to send your children off to a war to die and murder other people and come back not quite the same fucking person that you sent out? How are you going to do that? You have to lie to yourself. You have to say, oh, it's for a good cause. Oh, we got to protect our country. Nah, man, it's all fucking already settled. They already shook hands on it. Every president in the United States already knew that how long this country was going to last, when we were going to pack it in. They already knew. They told us. We pretend that we don't know. It goes in one ear and out the other, and they fucking contradict their own words. So the Van Allen belt. The Van Allen belt, these 3 belts that are in our outermost atmosphere, before you go into what's called outer space. And they got to convince you about the outer space thing. That's what the moon landing was all about. Otherwise, there would be a lot more people that were not buying the bullshit story that we live on a spinning wet rocket ball flying through the vast of outer space, because we can see with our own eyes that is not the case. That's why they brought you the flat earth movement. They brought you the flat earth movement in the late 1900s, and then they kept it in the books that, oh yeah, at one time crazy people thought the earth was flat. No, they didn't. No one ever thought the earth was flat. But they also did not ever think that the earth was a spinning wet rocket ball either. We've been fucking dumbed down for a long time. Someone at one time, when we were moving those 350 to 500 ton stones, that's the time. That's when we knew what we were fucking doing. That's when everybody knew the real deal. So before the Aztecs, we knew what was what. We knew this was an electromagnetic nanocarbon system. We knew that there was no such thing as space alien bullshit fucking nonsense. It's our system. It's the true creator system. The false creator / creators system. Anyways, to stay on the moon landing nonsense. So, these fucking idiots. Wait, I keep trying to wait for that fucking cloud to go by. I don't know if I just grabbed one cigarette. I should have grabbed my whole pack of cigarettes. There we go. Okay, so you had to get past the Van Allen belts. You're in a piece of metal, and then they would bring up the story and say, oh no, they had us, the 7.8 billion zombie slaves, by the way. We were the ones making up these bullshit stories. NASA did not have to make up any more bullshit stories. We would lie to ourselves. Oh no, that's because NASA's got high-tempered fucking steel that they can't let everybody else know about, and they got it so that they can make it through the Van Allen belts. Don't you know? No, I don't fucking know, and neither do you know. You're making shit up. You're just fucking saying that. Even NASA doesn't never even fucking claim that. They just contradict themselves. They just say, yeah, the Van Allen belt fucking 3,300 degrees Celsius, and then they tell you in the next breath, yep, we're gonna put 2 fucking guys in a fucking rocket and send them, or 3 guys, whatever. We're gonna send them up in a rocket and go right. They don't even talk about the Van Allen belt at that point. The radiation belt, people. The radiation belt, right? We all learned about it in school. So these belts have little openings in them. And these little openings are another way that NASA, actually, not the zombie slaves, NASA says and claims that's what we do. That's how we get through, is because the belts have openings in them where you don't have to deal with that kind of temp. That's so fucking stupid, because that means the rocket would have to go zip back, zip, beep, 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 and back and forth while it's fucking flying. No one ever talked about that. No one ever said, oh yeah, we got thrusters that can turn it 30 to 60 to 90 degrees on a fucking dime. This rocket can fucking no. It's a flying penis, people. That's all it is. It's a flying penis for your psyche. Women like fucking big rocket penises, and men like to hold their big rocket penises, and that's what it's all always been about. I'm serious. It's a fucking psychological nonsense that we all pretend to believe in, but we really don't. Okay, so then we get past this. We mythically, fictitiously make it through the Van Allen belt with our little aluminum foil rocket, and somehow the human beings that are inside this fucking tin can also can handle the 3,300 degrees Celsius because of this special metal. This special metal protects them. I don't know why. It would just make them an oven, right? It would just make the special metal into a large oven, and anything inside that fucking oven that's going to hit 3,300 degrees, all the wiring, all the screens, the glass, the fucking metals, everything inside that tin can would immediately fucking disintegrate. I mean, you don't have to watch a movie to know that that was what would happen. Okay, so let's say, so now you mythically make it out into outer space. Well, in outer space, you told us, in all of our classes, you tell us there's no gravity out there. There's no gravity. So another thing that is absent out there is oxygen. So oxygen being absent out there, gravity being absent out there, they show us pictures of this fucking rocket going right off to going off to the moon and all this shit. They still do it today. Even Japan and China fucking do their bullshit rocket stories, in Russia and everybody, right? All right. Well, once you're out there, your rockets depend on oxygen. That's how rockets work. That's how they work in our atmosphere. Oxygen bouncing off of oxygen. That's what heat and oxygen is a big part of it. So you can keep temperature, but how are you going to have fire in your rocket if you don't have oxygen, right? Because you can't have fire without oxygen, number one. And number two, you cannot have thrust if you don't have oxygen. So they made up some story. Elon Musk is still part of it now, of the new stories, because Elon Musk is a fucking lion scum, just like the rest of the lion scum. And what they claim is that they release oxygen into the back of the rocket separate from the oxygen that's running with the engine, and then that oxygen is what the rocket's actually thrusting off of, right? Follow me? That's so fucking stupid, people. As soon as that oxygen hit what we call outer space, where there is no other oxygen in the atmosphere, not even an atmosphere, it's what we call outer space. So according to their science, right, that's the science that we all learned in school, people. So there's no fucking way you guys can claim that you believe any of this nonsense. Yet you act surprised when someone tells you the moon is not what we were told. The question should not be, oh, you really think so? Or, I always felt that, but I wasn't. No. We should just automatically know that they would lie to us about that. And then another question, and I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just saying, I am picking on everybody. Yes, I am. That was the question that was asked. Why? Why would they do that? And my answer quickly is because that was part of convincing you of the space alien nonsense. They were getting everybody ready for the space alien invasion. The same thing they did with television and radio. As soon as they got us our television and radio right away, the first movies ever made, the first radio fucking things ever done on radio, Morse code, I'm sure, was based on a space alien invasion at one day happening. Because up until that time, it wasn't that long ago, so it seems like we always believed that we were living on a spinning wet rocket ball, but that's not actually true. It was only in 1969 that people got it through their heads. That's what pushed everybody. The fake fucking pictures that also made no goddamn sense. They're showing you a picture from the moon, and they're showing you the picture of the earth behind them, right? And then they're showing the moon, they're showing you the earth as if it's 4 times smaller than the moon that they were supposedly standing on. Now that makes no sense, people. That makes no sense. Yes, maybe somebody would have to point stuff out like that at us before we had thought of it, before our minds actually gave it any thought, because you don't want to believe that anybody, especially this important of a thing, you don't want to think that everything is a lie, so you kind of fucking go along with it. But there are just too many things. There are just way too many things. And then they get back, taking the car up there, right? Taking the car to the moon. How fucking stupid are we, man? And this is what I'm saying. If you guys don't expect to be called 7.8 billion zombie slaves, then stop acting like 7.8 billion zombie slaves. Because we just believe, we pretend to believe in everything. There has to be a reason for that pretend part, right? It's not just that we go to school and learn it and therefore we're all sucked in, and it was somebody else's fault. It was the government's fault. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the government's fault. It was our fault. We hired the governments to do this to us. We want them to do this to us. We do not want to admit what's obviously all around us. I've been showing it to everybody for 7 years, the real reality of things, and nobody ever goes and looks. All I hear is, "Oh yeah, it's God," right? Is that what you mean? It's God? Well, not exactly, I say. Oh yeah, it's a matrix. I know. I've seen the movies. I read the books. It's a matrix. We live in a matrix. No, not exactly. Can you just go look? Do you guys maybe just want to look for a little while before you go guessing your usual propaganda shit that we've been buying all our lives? And then we can just look and decide for ourselves? Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, all that kind of shit. Bring it, Nope. Nope. They're not going to do it. Nobody does it. So that is my evidence that we are the 7.8 billion zombie slaves that enslave ourselves. This is the fact. There's no anyways, this girl that's on the Right to Reality channel. Hi, how you doing? I don't want to say your name. But this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot to talk about and explain, but explaining is useless. It's better for me to just show it to you. That's why I want to do a series or include you in a series. Because if you go and post the videos of the cloud level and then I remaster them for you, then you can see it for yourself. You will see it for yourself. You will copy my remaster. Just do the same thing that I'm doing. Remaster your own videos, which nobody ever does. Nobody ever makes it to that point. They always, over the last 7 years, they'll make it close, some of them, but that's it. So that's how I know it's 7.8 billion zombie slaves. No matter how much I love you, no matter how much I care about you, no matter how much I may think of you, any of you out there who might be listening to me, that's beside the point. It still means that we're all fucking zombie slaves. People have if I was to believe in anything, there's no need to believe in anything anymore. That's the thing I'm trying to tell you. We can see it all. We can use the true creator's energy. We all have we are all living in here in the true creator's energy. The false creator/creator stole the true creator's images. The false creator/creator stole the true creator's energy to build a bio realm. We are part of that bio realm, but we still are here in the true creator's energy that the false creator stole for us. And we use this, we could be using this energy for so much more than we do. We could be using it for communication. I'm going to turn a little bit. We could be using it to communicate with each other. We could be using it for our energy, for heating and appliances and all kinds of shit. But no, we don't. We don't. All right, I gotta go get another cigarette. Little cloud coming through. Okay. I hear a lot of people lately, boasting about Trump coming back in and everything like that. What a game, man. What a game. Not to get into long details and stuff about it, but we should just not have a president for 4 to 10 years or whatever. If we really wanted to take this earth back, the humans, not just Americans, but the humans, everyone would go, look at what I'm showing you, and we'd stop all the fucking nonsense. And a president is going to mean shit at that point. We don't need it because everything would have to be start everything all over again in a way better way. Rather than letting the ones at the top have complete control of everything, and that's what the zombie slaves do. We give them complete control. We give them all the control. And we just say, no, we don't want to know anything real. We don't want to know anything factual. We can see it. We can all see it. But we're going to deny it. Again, bring it back to the trails. If you know that all the people around you, when I'm doing these videos and I'm in the parking lots downtown or wherever I'm at, and there's thousands and thousands of people all around my camera and me, and I'm looking up and I'm showing them, none of them are going to take it upon themselves to look for themselves. They're not going to go look. Even the ones that actually, I don't want to say force it on, but I may push it, right? And then I'll say, yeah, all right. So there's about 10 people from around town that over the last couple months I've turned on to my channels. But what happens is when I call everybody 7.8 billion zombie slaves, they get mad, and that's a good excuse for them or reasoning that they were not going to listen anymore because they're not going to watch or whatever. Another one that gets me is I've been bitching about for a long time, and it still bothers me. People chime in and say cool clouds, cool rocks, cool boulders, beautiful water, right? Because if I go down the river, nice river, brings back memories. It's not what I'm showing you guys. It's not what I'm showing anybody. I'm trying to show you the true creator's work. I'm trying to show you that we can all see it. And I know we can see it. You can't deny it. Nobody can deny that anymore. Because I've tricked enough of you out there to see it and still watch you all run away. The ones that did, they're not even on my channel anymore. I'm just talking to myself. But they ran away. Once they seen it, they run away. And that goes for people on the street too. Family, friends, anybody. They run away. It's too much reality. Too much truth. That's why I was not going to tell my friend that I was talking to about the moon today. That's the only reason. I was going to bring him in on this a month or two ago. And I kept telling him, nah, because you're probably not going to talk to me anymore once you go watch my channel. And I threw in another part of it, which is he's financially secure. And he wants to, he has goals in life that have to do with being a successful businessman and stuff. And that's very, very hard to look at reality if that's your situation. I know because I see other people, like in the medical industry, for example. They make good money. They're not going to give up their fucking money to do something based on reality and truth. Fuck no, man. And yeah, it pisses me off and I'm laughing now, but usually I'm pissed. But I can't be pissed all the fucking time. It's 7.8 billion zombie slaves. If it was only a few hundred, or if it was only a few 100,000, okay, then maybe I wouldn't find it I wouldn't have to laugh. And I wouldn't have to even be aggravated because I know I could get through to them, right? But it's not. It's the whole 7.8 billion. And they're not going to go look when their feelings are hurt because I'm calling them zombie slaves. Bullshit. That's just an excuse. That's an excuse that you're using so that you don't have to go look at what it is I'm showing you. That's all it is. I'm talking now again, back to talking to that girl on the Right to Reality channel. So that's why you're not going to see any of the 7.8 billion zombie slaves. You're not going to notice that there's 7.8 billion zombie slaves because you think they're all doctors, lawyers, teachers, cops, scientists, social workers, service workers, construction. You just think that those average people are just, you know, trying to do the right thing, right? Just like yourself, right? You're trying to do the right things in life, right? You want to maybe be a God-fearing person, for example. I don't know that you are, but I'm just guessing. I'm saying that, people that are God-fearing, they try to live their lives that way too, but they are also liars. They lied about everything. The books that they read their religions out of were written by humans. They're all lies. Granted, sprinkled with some truth to be very confusing. Yes, okay, but that doesn't make it real, it doesn't make it true. So what? I'm supposed to say, oh, because they're God-fearing Christian or they're whatever, even if they worship the devil, whatever their religion is, I'm supposed to, because atheism also, even atheism and Satan worshiping and any other atheism is also just another religion. They're all just religions. Science is another religion, and we bounce from religion to religion. The Matrix is another religion. You know, Scientology is another religion. Mormonism is another religion. There's so fucking many of them. It's ridiculous. I would even say nationalism is another religion, right? So you got Candace Owens and those guys, the nationalists. Same shit. They write a constitution. For what? For what? Because we want to establish that you have these human rights. Well, of course we have human rights. We're humans. So why do we need to write a fucking something to say that our human rights are going to be protected? No, 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 no. We'll protect our own fucking human rights. You all get the fuck out of here. No, we didn't do that. We said hire our governments to fucking lie to us, and we'll put them in charge. They'll even write us this constitution and tell us that we have rights, that'll fool our subconscious enough and our conscious enough that we can overlook the fucking underlying fact that we're just fucking zombie slaves. Fucking unbelievable. What am I out here? 42 minutes already. This is a pretty good moon video for a daytime moon. I'm kind of surprised that I'm getting it this good. It's coming in pretty clear. And it does look like one more night for a half moon. I mean, there are so many inconsistencies in this moon. It's unbelievable what we were told. I'm going to show you guys what it really is and what it truly is. It's actually the false creator / creator's clock, and it's the false creator / creator's electromagnetic nanocarbon regulator when regulating souls to this realm. Sounds loopy, sounds crazy, but it's the most true and real fucking thing that we can all just see for ourselves. But you have to look if you're going to still continue to, believe your own bullshit stories, because that's really what it is at this point. I mean, we just believe our own lies. We have those lies set up to protect our psyche from any reality. It's fucked up, man. And that's what we pay our governments to do. I think right here. Just a couple more minutes. My last run through now. I got to get back to doing some remasters. You can't play any music anymore. You can't play anybody else's videos anymore. You can't, I used to do background of the people that I was calling out. I would do background. I can't do that anymore. I'm not even sure if I can still continue titling my series to these people. I don't even know. That might be another reason why they're nailing me. I'm not sure. Every day it's fucking something new. But I know for sure that I cannot play any background. So I have to entertain you guys. I have to talk to you the whole fucking time I'm remastering videos. And I usually don't like doing that because then I lose concentration on what it is I'm trying to show you because my mouth is going, you know? And then I'm thinking about this, thinking about that. My mind's going in clouds again. My mind's going in a bunch of different directions, and then I'm trying to, at the same time, show you guys on the screen that you can all go see it for yourselves, and I'll bring you to certain videos. So once I marked all these, I'll get as many, whatever I can of the moon over the next, until this moon grows to a full moon, is what I'd really like to do before I start remastering, and I'll start labeling them all. And it looks good. Looks really good for a daytime moon, man. So I'll just say before this ends, the eclipse. Go watch everybody else's eclipse before I do my remaster on that eclipse. That was ridiculous. The fucking moon goes from under to above. It goes from down to up. It doesn't go through the fucking our view. It doesn't come through our view, our camera, our eyes, our telescope from left to right, going east to west. It doesn't do that. That's the way the moon goes every other fucking time we see it. But during the eclipse, it goes from ground to up. And it's a little bit diagonal. I mean, it was kind of diagonally, but the point being from down to up. The moon never does that. But yet everybody, oh yeah, that's definitely the fucking moon, man. Oh yeah. Fuck me, man. I'll be back.